Hello dear students, I am Dr. Sanjay Pagar, Associate Professor, Department of Geography. Dear students, I welcome all of you in this online lecture series on behalf of Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samajas, Karate Arts, BH Commerce and AM Science, popularly known as KTHM College Nursing. Dear students, this is our S5 BSc Geography class, semester 4, and title of our subject is Environmental Geography Part 2. Dear student, the paper code of this subject is GG241. In this lecture, today we are going to discuss a topic number 2, that's environment, planning and management. For today's discussion, we have a subtopic that is Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Dear student, in previous lecture, we have discussed detailed information about Environmental Protection Act of 1986. For today's lecture, we have study objective or learning objective that is very simple to discuss Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Dear students, you know that the wildlife include both plants and animals which are present in the forest. India is a country which is very rich in variety of animals and plants. About 10% of the world's species including plants and animals are found on the land of India. This is a very important information. India is a rich biodiversity country with only 2.4% of the world's land area. There are approximately 45,000 species of plants and 91,000 species of animals that are available in India. There is a provision in the Constitution of India to protect this wildlife in its territory. So this is very important if you want to maintain ecological balance and environmental balance. For that purpose, the protection of this wildlife is very important. It also helps to maintain the ecosystem balance in our India. Dear student, you know that the article as per 48A of the Indian Institution directs the state to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the wildlife and the forest of the country. That is very important. Dear students, the Parliament of India has passed the Wildlife Protection Act in Act of 1972 on 21st August 1972 and it later implemented on the 9th September 1972. Dear students, the central government passed this act under the provision of Article 252 of the Constitution of India. Let us talk about the important objective of this act, that is the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. The main objective of this act is to protect the wildlife, wild animal, birds and the plant and ensure the ecological and environmental security of India. For this purpose, implementation of this act is very important. Let us talk about the other objective of this act. The first is to prohibit the hunting of the wild animal and the various species of the birds. So this is very important. The protection of this animal and birds are very important for the maintaining the ecological balance. So therefore, this is the other important objective of this act. Another important objective of this act is to give punishment for the violation of rules and regulation of this act. So who is responsible to break these rules or break this law? For that purpose, there is a provision of the punishment for such violation of rules and regulation of this act. Then we have the other important objective to provide a shelter and to protect animals which are not endangered but need protection and the security in our country. Then we have the another objective to constitute the various boards and projects for the wildlife protection, to impose a ban on trade and the certain species of the plant and animal. So therefore, this is a very important objective if we want to implement this act in our country. Then we have another important objective to maintain the biodiversity of the country and to maintain environmental balance. So for this purpose, these rules or this act was passed by the Government of India in our Parliament. Let us talk about the silence feature or the provisions of this act. The first very important silent feature of this act, that the Wildlife Protection Act 1972 contained 7 chapter, 66 section and 6 schedules that are given in the Act. The 6 schedules are the list of animals and the plant which varying degree of protection show. So this list is give us the information that the which animals and the plants we have to protect, because they are very important for keeping the maintaining the ecological balance of India. The protection of these animals and birds or even the plants are very important. So the list of these all animals and plants is also given in this Act of 1972. Dear students, the authorities board, these are very important. If you want to implement this Act properly, then there is a requirement of some authorities and boards. For this purpose, the appointment of director of the wildlife, the preservation, and the chief wildlife warden and the other officers are very important. And there is a provision to appointment all these persons to proper implementation of this Act. Dear students, the prohibition of hunting. No person shall hunt any wild animal that are mentioned in the list. In the Act, there are some provisions for the protected area such as the sanctuaries, national park and the forest. So this is also very important with respect to this Act. Central government shall constitute a body to be known as a central zoo authority. This is also important. It is a part and parcel of this Act. Let us talk about the other feature. The Act has made a provision for establishment of national park and the game sanctuary to ensure greater protection to wildlife. The function of board is also important. That is also mentioned in this Act. The board gives the advice to the state in the following matter. For first is the selection and the management of area to be declared as protected area. The formulation of the policy for protection and the conservation of the wildlife and vegetation, it is also included in the function of the boards. Any subjects specified in the schedule that are given in the 6th schedule, that is also important part of the work that are mentioned in the function of the various authority or the boards. Another important function of the board is to create the coordination and the communication in the tribal communication and inhabitants in the region for the preservation of wildlife. So therefore, these all things are very important for implementation of the 1972 Acts of the Wildlife Protection. Dear student, another important function, any other function imposed by the state government is also included in this function of the board. So dear student, this was about the function of the board. Let us talk about the trade or the commerce in the wild animal article and the other topics. Dear student, there are several provisions in the Act for trade and commerce in the wild animals and making the selling of animal article. Some of them let us discuss one by one. The first is every animal which is hunted or dead or killed by mistake, and any kind of animal article or the part of animal in the vehicle, weapon or tools that has been used for committing an offense shall be property of the government. So this is the very important feature of this Act. Let us talk about the another important feature, the provisions of providing a certificate of ownership of any person for the items like wild animal, trophy, any animal or any animal article or others that are also mentioned in this Act. Dear student, no person shall possess any animal articles other than a person authorized to sell. The government also issue the special license for the person to sell or the purchase the various animal articles that we get from the forest. But if person don't have such type the certificate, then there is a provision to give the punishment to that person. So this is also mentioned with respect to the trade or the commerce in wild animal article and the topics. Dear student, let us talk about the prevention, detection and the penalty for an offense. That is also very important. There are the provision in the Act to detect and and the offense and they give the punishment to any person who is guilty of an offense. That is very important. There is also provision to punishment to any person or the government person if they break any rules made under this act. That is a very important. Therefore, the implementation of this act is very important. The first is the chief wildlife warden or any authorized officer has power to enter, to search, to arrest any guilty person who has committed an offense against this act. So this is a very important provision that are mentioned in the act. If any we observe guilty related to this act, he are not obey this act or not follow the rules and regulations laid down by this act, then definitely there is a provision of the punishment of that person, and that given the right to that action body or some authorized body that are work in the state government or the part of the central government. Another important provision of the punishment is if any person who break any of the condition under this act shall be punishable with the imprisonment up to the 3 years or with the fine up to 25,000 rupees or with both. So both these also, this is very important. If you want to strictly implement this act, then there is a need to implement such type of the punishment for the person who is guilty or who is not aware or the break these rules and regulation laid down under the act of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Dear student, so there is also another punishment or other rules they are mentioned in the act, that are the number 3. For the offense committed is about any endangered animal specified in the Schedules 1 or Part 2 of the Schedule 2, or meat of any animal or animal article, trophy, or the hunting in the sanctuary or the national park. Such offense shall be punishable with the imprisonment for 3 to 7 years and also with the fine 10,000 rupees also mentioned in these rules or in this act. Any person who commit an offense for the first time in relation to the core area of the tiger reserve or hunting in the tiger reserve, such offense shall be punishable with the imprisonment for 3 to 7 years and also with the fine 50,000 to 2 lakh rupees. And if a person commit an offense for a second time, such offense shall be punishable with the imprisonment of 7 years and also with the fine 5 to 50 lakh rupees. So this is a very, very strict punishment. Is the provision of the punishment is given in this act. So therefore, dear student, this is a very important. If you want to maintain ecological balance, biodiversity of the country, then implementation of these rules or this act is very important, and we have to support to implement this type of the acts for the maintain the ecological balance of our environment and also protect the biodiversity of our environment. Dear student, this was about today's lecture. In next lecture, we are going to discuss other important acts that are related to the forest conservation that we are going to discuss in our next lecture. Okay.